families. Today I would like to go over with you some materials that I'm going to be sending home tomorrow with your child. These activities are going to be going in their red at-home learning bag that you already have at home. This bag and all the supplies I'm sending home will be used on remote learning days, or if we do have to go remote for a longer period of time, this is where everything should be kept so you can access it when Mrs. Parent tells you to. We have in this bag at home, you should already have your handwriting book. This is great for writing letters that are the letters of the week, letters that we're practicing, and your name. You also received construction paper. This is used for certain activities we're doing at home. Your children can also practice snipping with scissors that were also in the bag. Important when holding scissors, your child's thumb is going to go in the top, the smaller hole, and then in the bottom hole, the rest of their fingers except their pinky will go. And they open, shut, open, shut. So just remind them, sometimes when they're cutting, they will try and turn their hand upside down, but we always want to keep the thumb on top. You also received markers, pencils, crayons, and glue sticks to complete our activities at home. That should all stay in the red learning bag. Try and put it back there after it's used so that your child knows that it's special for school and that they don't get lost throughout the house. There's also some great books that you can read to your child that are inside that bag. Now, there will be new stuff coming home tomorrow that I want to show and explain to you so that you can work with it with your child at home. Every student will be getting a name folder. On the folder, there's a picture of your child. When the folder is opened, there are some name activities that they can complete at home. The first activity is I Can Spell It. So you're going to have your child point to each dot as they say each letter in their name. S, A, F, I, R, A. So you can have them practice learning the letters in their name and that each letter is its own sound. The second activity is I can trace it with my finger. I use puff paint to go over their name so that they can feel how each letter is written. They will trace their name as they say it out loud. S, A, F, I, R, A. They can also say how to write that letter as they're doing it. So they can say, curve this way, back that way. Circle with a stick. All of the ways that we learn how to write letters at school. The next activity is I Can Make It. Each child, I'm going to put the camera down, hopefully so you can see, has a bag, and inside the bag are puzzle pieces with each letter of their name that will fit into each square. So they're going to take each letter to make their name. They're going to build their name. They'll say each letter as they do it, and you'll do it flat on the table so that they don't fall off. But I'm just showing you that the letters match up. S, A, and there's the rest of the letters there. The last activity in the name folder is I Can Write It. So that's when they're able to actually try and write the letters of their name by themselves. You're going to want to use the dry erase marker that is in their new bag coming home tomorrow. The dry erase marker will wash off because this is dry erase tape. So they will take their marker, and this is how we go over it at school when we use our whiteboards. We say caps off, caps on the back, and then they're ready. So they would take their, obviously they would do it down on the table, but they would take their marker, write each letter, and then when they're done writing their whole name, it just washes right off. So this is an activity that would be great if they could do it every day or a couple times a day, especially if they're still having trouble learning how to say the letters and write the letters in their name. So that is the name folder. There is also an alphabet. This is the alphabet that they will be using in kindergarten. So it's great to go through now so that they're ready when that time comes. So they would say A, apple, A, B, bat, B. And you would just go through each letter of the alphabet. On the back, you will find the numbers. Each number, I have a special poem to learn so that they can write that letter. And I go over them every day in circle time when we have a number of the week. So like 1 is go straight down and then you're done. That is how you make a 1. So you'll read all of those, which can help them learn to recognize the numbers and also to be able to write them. A lot of times in school, we use our sky writers, which means we put our finger up in the air and we're writing letters, numbers, shapes in the air. Our third and fourth activities are on the same page. So on this page, we have a shape match. And you will see with the shape match, they have an envelope that says shape match. Each shape will have a foam piece that is that shape to go on it. So we have little foam pieces. They will take each shape. They're not going to be the same color shape, but they're going to be the shape of each of these on here. Star, heart, rhombus, circle, oval, rectangle, square, triangle. So they're going to take their foam piece. They're going to tell you what it is. This is an oval. And they're going to put the oval on the oval spot. They're going to follow those directions for the rest of the shapes. This really helps them recognize shapes, and then you will be able to tell them, give them a shape and say, can you go find this shape somewhere in the house? What shape is this? Getting them to be able to tell you the shapes that we're learning in school. On the other side, we have a color match. If your child is struggling with colors, this is a great activity to do at home. They also have a color match envelope that you will open up, and there are buttons of every color.
Kevin Anderson, please call Debbie.
When you get the buttons, they're going to tell you what color. I have an orange button, and then they're going to find where the orange button goes and put it on the mat. They're going to do that for all of the colors. Now, while this is a color match game, the buttons are also shapes. So you can do colors and shapes together. That might be helpful with your child learning both their shapes and colors. The third activity that we have can be used with a lot of the things that we're adding to our learning bag for home. This is a 10 frame. This is how we count using one-to-one correspondence. You might hear that. That means knowing that one thing is worth 1. So there are different things in your learning bag that you can count with in the 10 frame. For example, there are pom-poms, and the pom-poms are different colors. So what you can do is you can also sort the pom-poms. You can put all the orange together, all the yellow together, and then count which one has more, which one has less. We use those words a lot in school. There's also a great fine motor activity you can do at home. In your learning bag, we are also sending clothespins. This is great for developing strong muscles in their hands at this age. You are going to have them pinch to open, and then if the pom-poms are on the table, they'll pick it up and close it. They can either put it in a bowl or just move it to the side. So you can also use those to count on the 10 frame. 1 pom-pom goes in each square. And then you can ask them, how many pom-poms do you have? Or can you put 4 pom-poms in the 10 frame? And have them try and do that themselves. With the 10 frame, we also have beads that you can use. Just make sure you're with your child if they're using the beads because they are small. And we have stickers. Stickers are a great fine motor activity if you have stickers at home. The learning how to peel the backs off is very important, as well as they can count with the stickers. They can put the stickers in their 10 frame. We have pipe cleaners. Pipe cleaners can be used for a variety of things. You can make shapes with them. If I'm going to ask them to make a shape at home, you can make letters. If we're doing L as our letter of the week, make an L with your pipe cleaner. You can use the beads to make those strong, strong hands for their age to put the beads on the pipe cleaner like this. There's also alphabet beads, so that will really help when learning the letters of the alphabet as well. We also have popsicle sticks. Popsicle sticks are good for counting. You can lay them out, have them count 1, 2, 3, and tell you how many. You could put 2 piles. One pile has 3, one pile has 5. Which pile has the most? Which pile has the least? And we're also working on the word equal. Equal means the same. They both have the same amount. Our last thing that we can use for making letters and shapes and numbers are wiki sticks. They are in this container, which I would make sure after your child's done, they put them back on this plastic backing and back in the bag because they can get lost, they can get hair on them, they can just get gross, and we don't want that to happen so that they can keep reusing them. So you peel them off the plastic, and just like the pipe cleaners, they're very bendable. They can make shapes. They can make, if I say make the letter A, they can take one to make the circle, the other one to make the stick. They can make people with them, different pictures. They're very versatile. So when they're done, you're going to put them back on the plastic backing, and then the backing is going to go back in the bag. We have watercolors. I might ask that they paint something specific with watercolors, or they can do watercolors independently at home. What we tell them is we give them a little container of water, and we tell them that they need to always clean the brush before they're going to change colors. So they'll dip their paintbrush in the water, pick a color, paint, and then make sure that they're cleaning their brush in between. These can be rinsed. If they start getting a little dirty, you can rinse them under the sink to clean them up a bit. The last thing that I have here is it's a pocket with paper inside. There's a white piece of paper inside. This is going to be their whiteboard if you don't have a whiteboard at home. So it does come with a dry erase marker that I showed you earlier that you can use for the name folder. So if I say, boys and girls, we're going to be practicing the letter G. It's the letter of the week. They're going to take their marker, cap off, cap on the back, ready to write. We always teach them to put the cap on the back so that it doesn't get lost and it doesn't dry out. When they're done, we say caps off, caps back on till you hear it click. And that's how we know it's closed. So you're going to take the marker and you're going to say, write your letter G. They'll write their letter G, their uppercase and lowercase, and they'll be able to hold it up to show me if we're on the computer. Just like any other thing, you can take a tissue, a napkin, your hand, and just wipe it right back off, and it's all clear to be used again. So this is what we're using for our whiteboard. I think that is all that is included, other than there are some great questions here to ask your child about stories when you're reading with them at home. You don't want to just be reading a book to read it. You want to read it and be asking them about the characters, how they're feeling, where the story is taking place. These are all wonderful questions to ask at home. If you have any questions about any of the materials, feel free to send me a message or give me a phone call. And remember, when they come home, please put them in the red bag and keep all of the supplies safely together in case we need them. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon. Bye-bye.